Hey now, it's Sharon. I'm back to share another idea on how to reform the police. If you're new to the channel, I'm a retired detective. I worked for 20 years for a southeastern city in the US, and I was also in the military. I'm sharing my ideas, experiences, perspective, and opinion on what it's going to take to reform the police. And with that being said, people say abolish the police. I don't think you can abolish the police. And if you do abolish the police, you have to still replace it or put individuals in that structure that you use to replace the police. And for me, I'm sharing ideas on what I saw and what I experienced as a police officer, and giving you my opinion on what needs to be changed, what needs to be tweaked, what needs to be thrown out totally. And with that being said, I asked myself this question. I was like, is there a God in policing? And I sat and thought about it. And yes, there is a God in policing. When I show up, the God in me is what I bring to policing. There are lots of people that believe different religions, different ideas, different spaces of faith, if you will. But for me and my faith, the foundation of my faith, my heart has to lean towards bettering others above my own needs, or bettering others before I better myself. And that was a hard thing to do, because I need to take care of myself, as we were taught growing up. But in policing, if my heart does not lean towards the community, or if I look down on the community, that I put my right hand up to protect their rights, to protect them from bad people. And I put my hand up. Am I actually telling the truth when I put my hand up? And I have the idea that I come first, me, Sharon. It looks good on paper. And, we watch the movies where the good cop is, fighting the bad guys and gets hurt because they're trying to protect society. But is that really what goes on? And in some cases it does. But a lot of times we see that there are a lot of scary officers out there. And I admitted that I was trained with my bias. I admitted it. I had a bias towards white men. And all that police training did was train me with my bias. And so how many others are coming with bias or ideologies that go against the whole idea of protecting society, all of society, not just the ones that look like you or have the same ideas as you, but all of society? How many of us come in with those ideas and beliefs? There's a lot, because I've talked to them. I've seen it. So is there a God in policing? Yes, when I show up and others like me show up. Now, what is over-policing in terms of the God? I think there's a dark cloud over policing, and it's been like that ever since its inception. Sir Robert Peel and the English version, and over here, and how we adopted the whole policing idea and tactic. But if you go back in history, policing really started with the slave patrols and, going after people with my brown skin and things like that. And people would say that policing is working the way it was created to work in 2024. I would tend to agree, but maybe just a little bit, because the type of people that you put into policing, get into policing, we can change that. We can change it through policies and practices and accountability. Accountability, I saw, was the foundation of accountability in policing. At least when I was policing, it was a faulty foundation. And that was through the practices and the policies. And then on top of that, you have people that train with the bias. So a solution, if you will, we have to vet people in terms of who want to get into policing, and the career officers that are already there. One, I say mental health. We have to work on that. And two, practice what we preach in terms of protecting everyone. all of society. And we could do that through volunteering, different ideas in terms of getting the officer to get out in the community that they're policing, get to know the people without having to write tickets and arrest, fundraising events, things like that. But is there a God in policing? Yes, when I show up and I bring God with me, when I sit down and I'm part of a council on, maybe we're going to rework some of these SOPs. Yes, God is in policing. But if you have a room full of people that don't believe in a God, Yahweh, what do you think you're going to get in terms of policies and practices? Or you get a room full of people that come with racist ideologies and you train them. Or you get a bunch of people in the room that put themselves first. It's something to think about. And so I just want to share that little bit with you and what I've been thinking about. And take a look at our online store. The link is in the description. And I keep forgetting to do this, and I'm not going to forget it now. Like, subscribe, share if you will. And that's it. Next week, I'll come back with another idea. As is our tradition, you don't necessarily have to go through a thing to learn from it. Talk to you later. Bye.